What's up guys, it's Rowan here from ATAR Smart TV. Now you might have a really big goal for your HSC. You know, this ATAR that you're looking at and it's freaking you out because you're thinking, I'm not gonna get it. Like my marks are not there, I'm not gonna get in, what do I do? But with the bonus point system that a lot of universities offer, in fact, you might discover that you're actually much closer than you believe to getting into that goal course. And today, I'm going to be chatting with Simone, who, despite missing the guaranteed cutoff for her degree by 6 ATAR points, she got an offer to study a combined commerce and engineering degree at UNSW through bonus points. And we're going to discuss a little bit about what that looked like for Simone so that you also have some inspiration, but also some understanding of the bonus point system and how you should be thinking about navigating it to hopefully get you over the line for that degree that you really want to get into, even if your ATAR is not quite up to scratch. So welcome, Simone.
Hello.
So now, commerce and engineering at UNSW, what is the guaranteed cutoff for that degree?
So the guaranteed is 96. As soon as ATAR comes out, that's where you stand.
And, how did you feel about that during the year?
So during the year, it was a crazy story, this one. So I actually had my first preference as just engineering and my second preference as engineering commerce. I was like, if I even get enough to get into just plain engineering, we'll see what happens later and maybe I can pick up commerce, because doing those two together with the ATAR just seemed impossible for me. So then when ATAR finally rolled around, I had a look at it and I first got an email from UNSW saying I'd got guaranteed entry, and if I changed my preferences, I would get it also for commerce and engineering. I hadn't even checked my ATAR at this point, and just because I was so shocked by that email, I went into UAC to see what my actual ATAR was, and seeing that it was far below what the cutoff was, I was a little bit confused whether, maybe they would take that away from me and what had happened to get me into that position.
And do you mind sharing, what was your ATAR in the end?
So I just got above 89 as my ATAR, so a fair, considerably lower than the 96 cutoff.
So then you get this, this offer for UNSW. I'm assuming you accepted it.
Yes.
Change preference. They're not going to change their mind if I accept it. They're stuck with me. So why did you get it? What happened?
I was able to, throughout the year, I did a little bit of research considering, bonus points, as well as I'm lucky with UNSW that they have a FES, a separate department, Faculty of Engineering. They have a separate pathway to get into just the engineering course where if you submit a video entry for about 4 minutes with showing interest in engineering, they'll consider you to go even if you have a below ATAR requirement. And so with that, I believe that also kind of showed that, look, hey, I'm serious about continuing engineering, which put me a little bit higher just for the engineering side. And then with bonus marks kind of pushed me through into getting the commerce as well.
So the key thing here is UNSW offer with their, I think it's their HSC, they've got a name for it, HSC Plus or something or other. Yeah. But they offer a bonus point scheme. The name will probably change. Yes. It changes every year. Yeah. Where if you get certain marks, band 5s and 6s typically, in certain subjects, you can get 1, 2, 3 bonus points. Yeah. So in other words, one of the key factors here that's happened is that you've got some band 5s, which have contributed to bonus points, and that's made up part of the gap between the 89 and the 96, and so it means that you've got in. So if you had known that you, by getting certain marks in certain subjects, you would get bonus points during year 12, would that have changed your approach?
Well, I already had a basic understanding, but I wasn't 100% sure, regarding what course with what subject and what the kind of combination was. And already I had kind of a leaning towards my maths and my sciences. So by pushing them a little bit naturally, it did kind of make that pathway a little bit easier. Cool.
So the key thing really that students should take out, I think, from this is, one, you were in that position of, I don't think I'm ever going to get the ATAR to get in. And you did.
Somehow.
Right? But I think what that highlights is that you shouldn't shut down options because you think, oh, I'm not smart enough, my ATAR's not going to be there, because there are these other mechanisms, whether or not it's with the Faculty of Engineering, like, videos, or whether or not it's a mechanism of bonus points. Yeah. And if you can, it seems like either double down on your strength subjects then and minimize the damage of your others, right? Knowing that you may not be able to elevate them to the standards that you might want, it's like, well, how do I push the ones I'm strong at, minimize the damage on the others, and maybe if you're being strategic, see if you can identify which subjects you're going to get more bonus points for, because that could be 5 extra bonus points
Yes.
that then pushes you into the course that you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. Now, do you have any sort of final advice for students that are going through the journey, that are feeling the way that you did about, I don't think I'm going to get the ATAR to get into my course?
Yeah, so like I had a pretty rough year 12. Starting out to the ending, I did have a little bit of like mental health issues that kind of pushed me back in certain areas. So I would say don't not validate yourself for having issues and having struggles, and where you can, try and overcome them. So I was also able to apply for the EAS schemes, which, you know, with special provisions and all of that, kind of also gave me a couple extra bonus points, because like the stress and all the pressure that comes with the HSC is not manageable by all. So, you know, if you can apply, and the worst that can happen is they say no and you're just going to move on from that. But, you know, if it does go and they do accept you, then you're getting something that maybe you couldn't without it.
So guys, I think we've heard something really powerful, which is there are so many other different ways that you're going to be able to get bonus points and entry into university. So once you've got your mind set on a degree, if you feel like you look at the guaranteed cutoff and you think, crap, I'm not going to get that ATAR, take the time to do some research. Take the time to identify, what are the ways I can get in? You know, is there EAS? You know, is there video interview? Is there early entry available? Are there bonus points available? And then start to look at what you can actually apply for. And don't be shy in applying. As Simone just shared, you don't know unless you apply, and the worst they can do is say no. And so really it shows that unless you apply for these things, you're not going to know. And if you do apply, you've actually got a really good chance and opportunity of getting into a course below the cutoff, because the data shows that, you know, students, 1 in 2 almost get offers into courses below the ATAR cutoff through using these other mechanisms available. 1 in 2, that's 50%. So there's a whole lot of hope for you, but you do need to plan for it, because if you don't plan for it, you're not going to get the applications in to take advantage of these opportunities. Now, if you have any questions about this, leave them in the comments below. We'd love to help. We also run our Pathfinder mentoring program that supports students with exactly this, navigating these decisions of early entry and bonus points, and how do you maximize your options and find success regardless of your ATAR. So check out our website and apply for that program if you want some support. Finally, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell to get notified, because we do bring videos every single week. So we will see you next week.